Imagine waking up to foreclosure papers slapping your door like a bad joke. All because your rescue dog dared to bark in suburbia. But what if the quiet victim was secretly sitting on a $2.3 million inheritance? Ready to turn the tables on the HOA tyrant? Buckle up. This tale of petty power and sweet revenge will have you cheering for the underdog. In the manicured hell of Oak Ridge Meadows, Texas, where every lawn screamed conformity under a haze of sprinkler mist, lived Emily Carter. At 35, fresh from a messy divorce, she'd snagged a modest ranch-style home, thinking it was her fresh start. With her was Buddy, a skittish golden retriever she'd pulled from the pound, his anxious yaps a remnant of past abuse. The neighborhood HOA, run by the iron-fisted Barbara "Barb" Wilkins, promised community harmony for a cool $250 monthly fee. Barb, a plump 58-year-old retiree with a perm like a helmet and a clipboard as her scepter, patrolled like a self-appointed sheriff, her sensible pumps clicking warnings on sidewalks. "We maintain standards here," she'd coo at meetings, her voice dripping false piety, while fining folks for grass blades over 2 inches. It started innocently enough. Emily dashed to the store one evening, leaving Buddy pacing. 20 minutes of barks later, Barb pounded on the door, her face a mask of exaggerated concern. "Dear, some of us value peace after a long day," she said, shoving a violation notice under Emily's nose, complete with blurry photos snapped from her blinds. Emily explained Buddy's trauma, the vet visits, the progress. Barb just tilted her head, lips pursed in mock sympathy. "Rules are rules. Honey. We sacrifice for the greater good." First warning. Then came the storm. Buddy howled at thunder. Second strike. $500 fine. Emily bit her tongue, paying quietly. But inside, she noted every smug glance from Barb, every whispered rumor in the neighborhood app about that noisy divorcee ruining property values. Whispers turned to roars. Barb escalated, installing a clunky noise meter on her fence aimed at Emily's yard like a Cold War spy gadget. For documentation, she smirked at a block party, while her own yappy Shih Tzus, Prince and Diva, barked unchecked during her bridge games. Emily overheard neighbors murmuring, "Old Mister Ruiz fined for his unsightly wheelchair ramp. Single mom Lisa hiding her kid's trampoline lest it clash with aesthetics." A secret chat group buzzed with Barb horror stories, fines for wrong shade shutters, flags hung improperly. Emily joined, observing, logging. But Barb smelled blood. A $1,500 fine landed, citing ongoing nuisance, despite Buddy's silence for weeks. Then the kicker, foreclosure threats if unpaid. "We can't have disruptions," Barb lectured at Emily's door, her double chin quivering with feigned righteousness. Emily nodded meekly. But her software dev mind word, public records revealed Barb's hubby on the city board, rubber stamping her complaints. HOA audits, missing $45,000. Funneled to Barb's nephew's landscaping firm that barely mowed. Emily's grandfather had died months prior, leaving mineral rights from old Texas oil fields, worthless then. But fracking tech made them a $2.3 million gold mine. She stayed silent as Barb ramped up the smear, fake posts calling Emily unstable, animal control summoned for Buddy's viciousness. The officer chuckled at the tail-wagging pooch. Vicious? He couldn't scare a squirrel. Neighbors confided more, Barb's bank firing for shady loans, her targeting singles and elders to flip homes cheap to family. Emily documented it all, emails, receipts, a database exposing the rot. Barb, fearing exposure, called an emergency meeting to boot Emily for disrupting harmony. "Certain elements don't fit our values," she declared to the packed room, her voice cracking under the strain, sweat beading on her forehead as she gripped the podium like a lifeline. Emily rose calmly, Buddy at her heel. "Before voting, Let's discuss your standards, Barb. Like the embezzled funds? Or selling foreclosed homes to your kin? Gasps rippled. She flashed projections. Missing cash. Conflicts of interest. Neighbors erupted. That's my dues. You find my roses pink. Barb stammered. Lies. This is slander. But Emily dropped the bomb. Oh. And I bought the common lands this morning with my inheritance. Mineral rights under half the hood. 2. Turning it into Oak Ridge Dog Haven, Rescue Paradise. The room thundered with cheers. Barb's face crumpled. Her haughty mask shattering as cops arrived. Cuffs clicking for fraud. She wailed. This is a witch hunt, but the irony stung. The control freak lost control. 6 months on. Oak Ridge thrives as a co-op. No HOA tyrants. Buddy romps free in the sanctuary. Values up with dog-loving families. Barb, probation. Scooping poop in court-ordered service. Her empire dust. Justice tastes sweet when bullies fall. Was it wrong for Emily to weaponize her fortune against HOA abuse? Or was it poetic justice in a rigged system?